Thyroglossal cyst and fistula. The thyroglossal duct develop from the foramen cecum, which is present between the anterior two-thirds and the posterior one-third of the tongue. The duct descends downward into the neck and finally gives the isthmus and the adjoining part of the thyroid gland. Normally, the thyroglossal duct then obliterate and disappear. Thyroglossal cyst is a type of dermoid cyst called tubulodermoid cyst, which develop in embryological remnants, developed from the unobliterated part of thyroglossal duct. This duct normally obliterate and disappear. If this part not obliterated and form a cyst, it is called thyroglossal cyst. Pathologically, what is the pathology of all cystic swellings in the neck? All cysts in the body consists of outer fibrous layer and lined by epithelium and containing fluid. Here the thyroglossal cyst is formed of outer fibrous layer which is rich of lymphoid tissue, and the cyst and the fistula is lined by columnar epithelium. Why columnar epithelium? Because it developed from the endoderm in the floor of the foregut. Therefore, it is lined by columnar epithelium developed from endoderm. And the fluid inside the cyst. The content of the cyst is mucoid fluid, or if it is infected, it will contain pus. There is a fibrous cord. Connecting the cyst with the foramen cecum, and this fibrous cord is closely related to the hyoid bone. It passes either anterior or posterior or through the hyoid bone. What is the pathology of thyroglossal cyst? The pathology of thyroglossal cyst mainly infection. Any cyst. In any cyst there is fluid content which in a state of stasis, and due to this stasis of the fluid and due to lymphoid follicles in the wall, therefore any bacteria in the region of the head and neck pass to this lymphoid follicle, which make a source of infection. Stasis of fluid and lymphoid follicles in the wall leading to recurrent infection. And this infection usually rupture, leading to acquired thyroglossal fistula, or the abscess due to infection is incised for drainage, and the incision and drainage of this abscess leading to acquired thyroglossal fistula. And we should notice that any thyroglossal fistula is acquired fistula due to rupture or incision of a thyroglossal cyst or abscess. The opening of the fistula in the middle line with a crescentic fold above the fistula, which indicates that the tract passing from the external opening of the fistula passing upward, leading to this crescentic fold of the skin. The discharge of the fistula is mucoid, or if infected, the discharge will be pus. There is a tract felt as a cord-like structure passing upward toward the hyoid bone. This tract passing upward towards the hyoid bone, then towards the foramen cecum. What is the clinical picture of cyroglossal cyst? Usually, cyroglossal cysts appear in the age of childhood, but it may appear at any age. The clinical picture of all cysts of the neck, always remember how to examine a swelling. We examine a swelling inspection and palpation. By inspection, 8S, single site, size, shape, surface, surrounding structure, special signs, etc. And by palpation, 2T, temperature and tenderness, and the 8S, and SEM, consistency, edge, mobility. Therefore, remember how to examine a swelling in the clinical and comment on this swelling. The characteristic and diagnostic feature of cyroglossal cyst is the site. The site of the fistula and the cyst is characteristic and diagnostic. Usually sub-hyoid, below the hyoid bone, in the middle line below the hyoid bone. Less commonly on the thyroid cartilage. And in case the thyroid cartilage has a sharp apex, therefore usually the cyst tilt or deviate to one side, usually the left side. Why? Look for the cyroglossal duct. The cyroglossal duct is attached to the left side of the middle line of the thyroid gland. Therefore, the cyst usually deviate to the left side. Very rarely, the cyst may be suprahyoid, above the hyoid bone. The size of the cyst is usually small, slowly growing, usually hemispherical in shape, and the cyst is smooth, has a smooth surface, well-defined edge, and the consistency is tense cystic, and the cyst is, or the swelling in this cyst is painless, not tender, with normal skin temperature, except if infected. It becomes painful, tender, hot, and rapidly growing. As a special sign, the swelling moves from side to side, better from than above downward, because it is attached to a vertical tract. And in clinical examination, there is a rule. If a swelling attached to a tract in certain direction, there is limitation of movement in the direction of the tract, and the swelling moves better perpendicular to the tract. Therefore, there is a vertical tract, and this swelling moves from side to side, perpendicular to the tract, better than from above downward. It is very important that ask the patient to swallow. The swelling moves up and down with swallowing and deglutition, and ask the patient to protrude the tongue. Look for the site of the swelling here and during protrusion of tongue. the swelling moves upward with protrusion of the tongue, because the thyroglossal duct connected to the foramen cecum, and if you protrude your tongue, there is traction on the track upward and the thyroglossal cyst move upward. The swelling is trans-opaque, and because it contains mucoid discharge, therefore it is trans-opaque. Differential diagnosis of thyroglossal cyst: any swelling in the middle line, and any swelling moves with deglutition or swallowing. Swallowing means deglutition. What is the investigation for thyroglossal cyst and all cystic swelling in the neck? Ultrasound, CT scan is the first investigation of choice, CT, and MRI. If there is a fistula, fistulography, we inject a radio-opaque material in the fistula to show the course and the site of the track of the fistula. This is called fluoroscopic or CT scan fistulography. And during operation, we introduce a ureteric caster inside the fistula to facilitate identification of the track of the fistula during the operation. The treatment of thyroglossal cyst and fistula is operation called cyst trunks operation. Complete excision of the cyst or complete excision of the fistula by cyst trunks operation. How it is done? The idea of the operation is excision of the cyst or fistula with all the track until the foramen cecum. Therefore, we perform elliptical incision, transverse elliptical incision around the cyst or the external opening of the fistula, and we dissect the cyst or the fistula with the track upward. This is the cyst, and we dissect the track upward until we reach the hyoid bone. Excision of the central part of the hyoid bone. Dissect the track upward above the hyoid bone to the foramen cecum. This is the operation for treatment of thyroglossal cyst and fistula, which is called cyst trunks operation. This is the thyroglossal cyst. Thank you for good listening and good luck.